When it comes to quitting PMO, you want to start with the end in mind. For example, let's say you're a 300-pound fat guy, right? You're a really, really obese guy. If you were in that position where you were this really obese dude, you would really want to quit junk food. And you would have this vision, this image of yourself at like 150 pounds, 170 pounds, whatever. It would be really pleasurable for you in that scenario to not eat. Chances are you're a gym guy already. If you're not a gym guy, then maybe you won't understand this analogy, but you could probably empathize nonetheless. The point is, when you go to the gym, right, even if, let's say you're a normal dude, right, you're a normal dude, you're looking to put on muscle. You go to the gym is you lifting bullshit weights in a physical sense. But the pleasure, the satisfaction comes from knowing you're getting closer to your goal of that goal physique that you've got in your mind, right? That's what you're working towards. The same thing is true with PMO. You don't want to start off on the wrong foot by thinking, okay, time to fight these urges. Okay, come on, let's do it. That's ridiculous. This is the addiction mentality. It's completely going to lead you the wrong. It's not going to work, first of all. I tried it for 6 years. It was a complete shit show. What works is having a positive image, a positive vision of your goal state, right? It's the same with any gym transformation. If you have that goal state in your mind and you really want it, it makes the short term a piece of piss, right? A lot of people are messaging me about how the PMO is so pleasurable in the short term. But if your long term is so strong, if your long term is so compelling, it will take no effort. Now, of course, you do need to debunk the pleasure of PMO too. You do need to think to yourself, is this really giving me what it's giving me? Is the pleasure of PMO that much, right? And you have to come to terms with how it doesn't help you solve your negative emotions and all the rest of the stuff we talk about. It doesn't help you relieve loneliness. It's just you jerking off to a screen. All that's happening is the physical buzz of the masturbation, right? And you looking at the content. You have to debunk that. But what I'm saying is that when you start, you don't want to be going with the mindset of time to fight these urges. That's a no-fap mindset. That's a losing mentality. What I'm trying to say is when you make any other change, right? Any other change, like losing weight, gaining weight, it's a simple process of figure out where you want to get to and move towards it. And as you start moving towards it, you feel happy. But if you go in with the mindset of time to battle it out in the gym, time to push these weights, I can't be arsed, you understand that's a complete wrong way of going about it. It's going to be effortful, it's going to be painful, it's going to be unnecessarily so. You know what you want, and if you don't know what you want, figure it out. Like that's what the human being does, right? Figure out what you want, where you want to get to, and then move towards it. And if you have these false beliefs in your mind about addiction and about the insane value of PMO, that is going to stop you. But after that's sort of dealt with, you're in a position where it's as simple as making any other change. The NoFap community has confused everything by adding this concept of addiction, which has now made it this different kind of change, right? And the addiction industry is at large, with alcohol, with like Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, Sexaholics Anonymous, Gamblers Anonymous, fucking retards, all of them. It's the same as making any other change. But once you're convinced into this addiction ideology, once you're convinced that addiction exists, now you've got yourself a problem where you view insane value in PMO because you view it as this inflated value, highly addictive, highly, it taps into your neurochemistry and the sexual supernormal stimuli and the fucking Coolidge effect and all this bullshit. It's the same as making any other change. It really is. You think about food, right? And people talk about but it's to do with sex and that's part of our reproduction. Look at fat guys with food. Fat guys are quote unquote addicted to food, i.e. they eat a lot and they like eating a lot and they want to eat a lot. But when they get that image of, when that really clicks for them, like, holy shit, I could be way happier skinnier. The food isn't really giving me that much anyway. I want to make a change. And then they start thinking and they start moving towards that goal of their lower body weight and they're loving it. They're like, yeah, come on, let's go. And they're excited to go to the gym. They build that. And then you see these guys making these transformations of like obese guy to like ripped guy, or like skinny guy to jacked guy. And it's the same. What I'm trying to say is it's the same process. The gym process of going from state A to state B because you see greater happiness in state B than you do state A, that's what is creating that motivation. And the PMO quitting is no different. It's this human fucking thing of, right, human being can see value in the future. Normal animals can't do this. Human beings can see a goal a decade into the future and that motivate them today. You get it? Other animals cannot do this. We have the prefrontal cortex, which is capable of... That's why we can create insane shit. That's why, like, people can have a business idea and stick at it for a long amount of time, and it because they just have that in their mind, and they're working towards it, right? And it's not this trudging, painful thing because they're viewing this greater happiness there. They're willing to do it, and they feel good in the moment. You know, when you feel good when you're working towards a goal that you actually like that's kind of what is going on here. It's the same fucking mechanism. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. It's the same damn thing. You have that future goal. You see it's worth it, and you're like, I want it, 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 I want it. And you're working towards it, and you go towards it. Working is a bad word because working implies effort. It doesn't actually require effort, weirdly. It requires effort when you don't want it. That's when it becomes gritty, and that's when it becomes when you feel resistance and when you feel like you don't want to do it, and it feels like you're trudging through the mud. That's horrible. When you want it, you realize you want it, you realize it's better, and you don't have this damn addiction paradigm in your head, and you don't have this damn insane value of PMO using all this science and pseudoscience bullshit about dopamine and whatnot. When you get rid of all those beliefs and you just sort of see it as a simple change of, I want to make a change in my life. And this is why people who don't know about addiction and don't know about NoFap find it so easy to quit porn. And they don't, they just sort of do it automatically. They don't know about NoFap. They don't know about Coolidge effect. They don't know about they don't know about urges, cold showers. They don't know any of this bullshit. They just do it. You're the weirdo who's obsessed with NoFap and who's jerking off 1 million times a day to fucking fetish shit. And I'm not saying that to insult, but it's ringing true, right? That's what happens. I always thought, oh, I'm a porn addict, that's why I need NoFap. When really it was, I found NoFap and then became a porn addict. I became convinced that I was an addict, and therefore I acted in such a way because I thought that's what I was. Very interesting. All my buddies, I thought they were similarly jerking off to porn a lot. They do sometimes. It's normal. That's how people normally exist in this society. When you find out about NoFap, that's when shit hits the fan. Now, obviously, people become heavy users without learning NoFap, but what I'm saying is that a lot of people who get into NoFap, it becomes fucking worse. It happened to me way worse. Anyway, big rant. I'm sure you're understanding a little bit more what this process is like. That's it. Read the Freedom Model, link in the description. It's a free book. It's where I'm getting all my info from. It's what I've done. It's what's worked for me. It's great. That's it.